Hey, what's going on, everybody? Your boy DJ City Manos. Last night I did a gig, man. It was a black party. Pretty cool. Check this out. I want to show you guys something real quick. I gotta admit it was flawless last night. Flawless. The little bad boys, man. I use these bad boys on my speakers on my pole, and I put my little transmitter way up there, and the little things work like a man. I love these little bad boys. I put it way in the top, the little transmitter, so it was over people's heads. So I didn't get no droppage at all. I love it. It was flawless last night. It was 3 hours, and it was all battery powered again. And they threw me in the streets, and I kind of didn't expect them to throw me in the streets. It just kind of happened, and they threw me in the streets. I was like, oh, cool, perfect. I was gonna take my batteries anyways, but when they told me we're gonna put you out there in the street, I said, cool. I said, perfect. The only thing that had power was the fog machine. They had that power to the house. And besides that, man, it was sweet. I provided the uplighting. They had a screen. That's what I like about them. Because the guy, when I told him I'd do music videos, he said, oh. I told him I was going to provide the screen and the projector. But they said they had a screen. I said, perfect. And the only thing I had to run is just a big old long 50-foot extension cord. HDMI cable, and I ran it all the way to the back to the projector. I mean, we're from the streets all the way down. I had to tape it down so people won't trip. And there was a little piece of when I pushed my controller back, it kind of stretched because I kind of, when I set up the cable, it was perfect. But when I put my controller back, it kind of got tight. So there was like a trip hazard. So I had to put a cone there. He happened to have a cone, one of those construction worker cones, so I put it in the way so nobody won't trip, or I won't trip because I got a habit of running, and next thing you know, bam, I take my whole system with me, so that didn't happen. Besides that, I got to get all this junk out. I got to get all this equipment out. Here goes my batteries. I keep them in a bag now, keep them protected, and yeah, that's it. That was a beautiful gig. And the night before, this was on Monday. On Saturday, I did a Halloween party. That one I took my batteries to. And again, that was beautiful. Everything worked out perfect. There was an area that was dark. And the homeowner had some lights. He had 2 lights, those regular RGB lights. He had 3 of them. And he put them out on a little tripod himself. And when I got there, I seen them. I said, oh, he got lights. But they have a plug to it. So he probably bought them from, who knows, Amazon or whatever. But they had a plug. And when he saw mine, he goes, oh, yours is battery. I said, yeah. He probably was like, oh, I should have sold him mine, huh? I should say, take them. Take all 4 of them, because I got 4 of them. Those RF, whatever, those. I should have said, take them. And if I would have showed him that, he probably would have loved it because of the remote control. I'm sure he would have bought them. But because they told me to do every year they do a Halloween party every year. And they haven't told me anything about next year. But this one from the block party, they're gonna give me next year. And they had a taco truck. They had like a little providing little cones, like ice cones. It was pretty cool. I like it. I don't know if the whole block get together, but they close the streets off. They close the street. They put cones on the street to block it off. I don't know if that's legal. I don't know if they need to get permission from the city. Because imagine there's an emergency and they have to get the ambulance through or whatever. So. But anyways, they did it. So I was in the curb. I wasn't really on the street. I was right on the curb. It was cool. There was a lot of kids, man. Those kids that be knowing Marshmallow. They were like, hey, Marshmallow, can I take a picture? Can I take a picture? And I was like, yes, you can take a picture. Get away. I was always messing with the kids, like, get away. But anyways, I got to get this junk in. It is Tuesday. Got to get this stuff in, get ready for my next gig. What is my next gig? My next gig is going to be for bikers, a biker club. It's going to be all rock music. So I got to get this stuff ready for a bikers gig. I'm going to be at a bikers club. I want to be outside. I'm sure everybody going to be inside. I don't know who's going to be out there. But they got me outside. They have like a little bar, like a little stage set up outside. So I've never been there before, but I seen their Facebook page, and they do like a little events. They have like a little what you call those bands that show up, bands, little groups, and they play out there. So I'm gonna see. They hired a DJ for the first time, and he's kind of cool. The guy, he sent me a message and said, "Welcome to the club." Like, yeah, I'm not a biker though, but it's gonna be kind of cool. It's something different. I do play rock music. I play everything. So the last gig that I had, it was a rock gig. The guy turned 50 years old, and it was all classic rock music, and that got rained out. So when I got there, I seen the clouds. Actually, it was raining when I was packing up my stuff. And then I told them, I messaged that lady and said, "Hey, it's raining." I said, "Are you still going to have it?" And she goes, "Yes, you're going to be under the patio. No big deal." So I said, "Okay." And then by the time I got there, the rain stopped. So it gave me enough time to show up, to set up. And then it started raining again. So everybody was all, like on the porch. And next thing you know, people just said start leaving. So by maybe the party started at 5, maybe by 6:30, 7 o'clock, maybe people just started leaving. I said, and I was by myself, and the homeowner said, "If you want, you could take off." And I was like, "No, I'll stick around." So I stayed and played my full 3 hours. And yeah, she was happy that I stayed the whole 3 hours. The guy was happy. The birthday boy, he was all happy running around. He took off his clothes, like his shirt, running in the rain. I was like, "Dang, dude, calm down." Yeah. And then that wedding I did before that, I did the wedding outdoors with the group. That one kind of scared me because I took a sub, and I was all battery powered, and I knew the group was going to be there. So from 4 to 8, I played with a sub. I was doing like the regular. I ain't have it too loud. I had it kind of low. But when they started doing like the first dance and all that stuff, like the first dance, and I kind of turned it up a little bit more. I think I turned it up a little when they came in for the entrance, and then I turned it back down and then let them eat, and then I turned it back up, and I think they was ready to dance. The bride was like, "We're ready to go," because I played one song and I seen people got up. I like, "Oh," and then she came and told me we're ready to go. I said, "You sure?" I said, "You want to do the bouquet toss and all that and get out of the way?" Because it wasn't planned. Nothing was planned. They were just going with the flow. And she goes, "No, let's save that for later." I said, "Cool." And I kind of like those kind of gigs. I love those gigs like that. I hate those, when you make a plan and it never works out. To be honest with you, when you have one of those, at this time we're gonna do this, at that time we're gonna do this, it never works out. It's like something always happens. Like the bride and the groom go missing. They're taking pictures. They're out there somewhere. They're late. They're doing this. They're doing that. The groom, the best man is missing. Something always happens. So this one was kind of cool. Everybody just having a good time. They let things just go with the flow, and I love it. I love gigs like that. That's stress. It's stress. What is it? Stressless, or is it stressful? Less. I don't know. It's just less stress. But I did take a sub, and my battery from 100% it went down to 40% in 4 hours. I was scared, and dad came up to me and he said, "Can you turn it down a little?" He goes, "I don't want the cops showing." And I told him, I said, "You know what? The band's gonna play louder than me, I said, "But no big deal. I could turn it down, but I'm just letting you know that the band's gonna be louder than what I play." And because I told him, I said, usually when a band shows up, they have live instruments, like a big old tuba. So they got a tuba, and then they stick a mic in the tuba to make it even louder. You know what I mean? So and when they did showed up, they were louder than me. But when I was playing, I said, "Okay, let me unplug the sub then," because the sub was making that boom, boom, boom. So I just turned off the sub, and that kind of relieved my battery. But like I said, from 4 to 8, I went from 100 to 40%. So I started kind of panicking. I said, "Now the band's gonna show up." I said, "What happened to the band? Don't show up." I started panicking, but the band showed up, and I said, "Cool." And then the band went, they played for 45 minutes. They let me play for 15 minutes. They played again, 45 minutes. I played for 15. And the last hour, they said, "Hey, we're going to play from 11 to midnight straight. No breaks." So at that time, I said, "Dang, I'm done." So I said, "I'm done." Because I was supposed to be stopping at midnight also. So I went and talked to the bride. And I said, hey, the band's gonna wrap it up. I said, do you want me to stick around? She goes, "Hey, could you? Because there's a lot of people still here." And I said, sure. So when the band left at midnight, I played from midnight to 1. But I still had, that's when I started swapping batteries. One of my lights, I had that small battery, the little tiny one, the 300-watt battery. That one right there, that battery was at 17%, I believe, like 15, 17%. That one I couldn't go. It couldn't go another hour. So when the band was playing, I started swapping batteries. I took that big one. That one was already like at 20 something percent, and or was it at 30%? I forgot. 20 something percent, I think, and I swapped it over. I swapped it over to one of my lights, and then I grabbed my Pecron, the 600, and that one was fully charged. That one was actually supposed to be for the projector, but it was so windy that I didn't put the projector up. I did not put the projector up. So that was actually was a relief because that was all freshly charged, had 600 watts on it. And I said, you know what? Since I threw that that battery to that light, I'm gonna use this for my equipment. And I was looking at how many watts I was pulling every time I'm playing a song. I was pulling 200 watts. So I said I could play for 3 hours with this battery right here now. I said cool. So I swapped batteries. I plugged it up, and if you guys watched that video, I said it was showing 74%. And I think when I swapped batteries, I have my equipment still running, but I turned the speakers off. Everything's still running. I could have turned off my mixer to save the battery and everything. And then but the band never gave me a warning. Like that's what I don't like about it, that they don't give you a warning. Like after this song, we're gonna let the DJ play, and I could turn things back on. You know, so I had my things like ready to go, and they never really gave me a warning. I wish they would, you know. So then I could say, oh, the band's coming back. Let me start turning my stuff on, turn my laptop on, turn this on. But no, I'm like, so I'm right there wondering when am I gonna play? But since he told me he's gonna finish it off at 12, I already knew. So around 11:55, I started turning on my equipment back on, and I was playing the last hour. So yeah, this is your boy DJ Steady Manos. I got another one. It's the battery. I love those batteries, man. Woo! I'm selling the yellow battery. It is 500 and something. I think 560 watt. I'm selling it for 250. And I already put it up for sale. And I'm gonna get a Pecron. The Pecron is 600 watt hours, but it's not really 600. It's like 6 or 5, like about 560 also. 5, I forgot what it is. 580, 560. But anyways, I'm gonna sell those two. I'm gonna sell that battery and try to get a Pecron. So I could have 3 Pecrons. I want to have the 1500 and the 2 600 ones, and that should power all my stuff for a while. You know, I noticed that last night when I did that or on Saturday when I did the Halloween party, I still had a lot of juice left. On my light, I didn't. My light, I could go 6 hours, and that's kind of sweet that I could go for 6 hours, and that gig was 6 hours. It was 6 hours, and it lasts that long. But if I have to go 7 hours, then, you know, I got to do something. I got to swap things around again, swap batteries. Or I just take the little red battery, so I could have that for backup. You know, maybe power the lights for another 2 hours. Who knows? But yeah, this is your boy. Yeah, I do have 4 batteries. I have the little small red one, the yellow one, and the 2 Pecrons. So I want to get rid of the yellow one and get 2 Pecrons and the big one, the 1500 ones, and just keep the little small red one. So yeah, this is your boy DJ Steady Manos. I got to unload this stuff and get ready for my next gig. It's going to be bikers. I'm going to have to wear, they told me to wear something patriotic. So I do have a shirt, a 1776. Or no. Yeah, 1776 shirt. And I'm going to wear that bad boy. I'm going to be slapping on that song Bad to the Bone. I'm out. Peace.